So with the Minecraft movie coming out, well, I guess it was ages ago, in internet time at this point, I was very interested to see it just out of genuine curiosity as to what was happening behind the walls of that theater. At that point, I had been hearing the tales of people just slinging popcorn every which direction during the most pivotal moments of the movie, as well as others throwing orange Fanta all over the theater, yelling, "Splash potion!" So naturally, I had to see this for myself. And to be honest, I was pretty excited. My roommate called me when I was on my way from a wedding that day and said, "Hey, you want to go see the Minecraft movie?" And so naturally, I thought it only fitting to keep my three-piece suit on that I was wearing that day, while I walked up to the ticket lady at the front and said, "1 ticket for the Minecraft movie, please." So I was honestly excited for whatever experience was awaiting me in that audience chair. And the theater experience itself was definitely worth the price of admission.
Chicken Jockey!
The movie itself, not so much. But before we get into that, I wanted to let you guys know that I've become a filthy sellout and sold my channel to Microsoft for billions of dollars. I mean, created a Patreon. Same thing, really. In all seriousness, I've had a few people ask me for methods to support the channel financially, so this is it. I've included a few benefits as well, like getting to put your lovely name in the outro of my videos, as well as access to my horrendously rough cuts of videos way before they're released. I do want to stress though that if you're literally having loan sharks coming to your house waterboarding you to pay your millions of dollars in student loans, I will be just fine if you don't donate anything, so don't worry about that. But if you are willing and interested, there's a link in the description where you can check out my Patreon. A Minecraft movie is a horrid, disgusting, pungent piece of filmmaking that makes me want to jump off the Empire State Building without an elytra. In-game, of course. Probably one of the biggest issues I actually have with the movie is Jack Black's performance is basically the equivalent of eating nothing but pixie sticks for an entire week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's just too much. It feels like he's definitely kind of trying to go for a Jim Carrey-esque performance with being super over the top and like having his eyebrows move at 20 miles per hour every single line. And that's something that could be somewhat funny in a Instagram reel where he's sped up faster and faster over and over again until my brain is spinning out of its socket. But when you're sitting there watching that for an entire movie, it gets really old really fast. And on top of that, it doesn't even make sense in the context of the movie. With Jim Carrey, usually his over-the-top performances make decent sense. Like in Jim Carrey's The Grinch. The Grinch is isolated on this snow mountain away from any human contact for God knows how long. And so it makes sense that he would have just a few chicken jockeys loose up there. But Steve is just like a regular guy in the context of the film. And so it makes absolutely no sense why he's actually so over the top. And on top of that, the characters are flat and just completely lacking in charisma. Besides maybe Momoa, who is definitely trying in this role. It's an ensemble adventure movie where I have absolutely no idea anything about what the characters are thinking or anything about their personalities until they have these really awkward scenes where they just out loud spell out their feelings for the audience to hear. I act all big and tough, but inside I'm actually really insecure. Man, being a parental guardian really sucks. And I'm so creative, and I wish the world would embrace my creativity, is legitimately the level of dialogue that we're talking here. And finally, the visual effects themselves. Oh my gosh. People were talking about it whenever that first trailer dropped, where putting the live action people in these green screen dungeons, just everything not looking good. But it feels like people just kind of forgot about that and don't really care now that they've seen it. Even though the green screen, we didn't even see the worst of it in that opening trailer. Some of it looks genuinely high school English class video project about the Great Gatsby, where they just have this wrinkly old green screen that they snatched from the attic. What's interesting is that so many people are kind of just calling this movie mindless entertainment that you can just switch your brain off in order to enjoy. Even the movie in some of its trailer is like, hey, we don't have anything smart or interesting in this movie. Just turn your brain off, and that's the only way you're going to enjoy it. And to be honest, I will say, I don't even really mind mindless entertainment. There's a lot of things on YouTube that I watch at the end of a long day at the frickin' femur crushing factory, where I just kind of sit back and I don't really engage with it all that much. It's nice to be able to have some kind of entertainment like that you can just relax and decompress to. However, the thing that I do mind is brain dead entertainment. I do want to make it absolutely clear, though, that there is nothing wrong with people enjoying the film or interacting with it in the theater. Unless you throw a splash potion on me, in which case we are actually throwing hands. A lot of people, myself included, forget that whenever someone is stating their own contrary opinion and criticisms, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're trying to invalidate yours or mine. But usually what I think stating your own contrary opinion and criticisms can do is it can make the other person think about their perspective a little bit more. So that's really what I'm trying to do whenever I talk about my thoughts on the Minecraft movie. I'm just trying to make people think about their perspective a bit more and think, why do I like this film? Is it because it actually deserves my time and money? Or is it just because it's a mindless stimulation that kind of just washes over me while I sit there in the theater? Whenever I tell people that I don't enjoy the Minecraft movie, one of the most common things that I hear is someone saying something along the lines of, "You're taking it too seriously, man. It's literally a movie about Minecraft," which is true. But to that, I would say Barbie is also a movie that's literally just about a toy that doesn't take itself too seriously either. And yet that movie actually has a lot of passion put into it and a lot of interesting elements, including the visuals and even a lot of the jokes that are actually very funny and clever when you think about them. On top of that, there's no Jack Black in a poofy pink dress and headband saying, "Barbie Dreamhouse!" So that's definitely a plus as well. For some reason, there's a lot of people who equate someone expecting a bit more from the movies that they watch in terms of an interesting story and clever jokes to someone being completely cynical and taking it too seriously with a stick all the way up their butt to the top of their head. And of course, what better of an intellectual cesspool to draw comments about this from than the Instagram Reel comment sections? This movie was never supposed to be taken seriously. It was an overall fun movie, no need for interesting plots and character development or none of that. Just a fun movie. And it's comments like this that just make me wonder, what do you even get out of watching movies? Now, I will agree, there certainly are movies that are out there that don't necessarily need interesting plots or character development in order to be enjoyable. But usually those movies have something else going on, like really cool action sequences or awesome visuals or, hey, clever jokes that aren't just the main character saying Minecraft items for 2 hours. And this is honestly why I say a Minecraft movie does not deserve its audience. There are people in these theaters that are literally throwing themselves against the wall and having an entire 4th of July of fireworks being set off as soon as Chicken Jockey is uttered within the theater. And the movie honestly does not deserve any of that passion. It feels like all of the passion and all the buzz that is generated around it is entirely self-created, where we all latched on to these specific memes and specific parts of the film to where it became a spectacle out of literally nothing. And again, if people do actually genuinely enjoy the film, more power to you. I'm glad that you were able to enjoy it where I was unable to. I'm always glad to just see people enjoying movies, honestly. But I'm also glad to see people thinking about why they enjoy movies.